in my broken areas, when I felt like, God, you abandoned me. You didn't give me the thing that I wanted, but you gave me what I needed, and I didn't realize what I wanted was going to ultimately hurt me and take me further away from you. And I'm so Hey guys, welcome back to Talitha Cumi, A Daughter's Awakening. I am your host, Song, and today I'm just so in awe of how God moves and how much He loves us and how much He constantly shows up for us. And if I could tell you guys all the stuff that has been going on in my life recently, it's like, with everything going on in the world, in the economy, in the government, all of this craziness going on, right? And how it puts so much pressure on us to really see who our source is and who our trust is in. When I tell you, in God we trust is the real thing. Like, in God we trust. It's not in the government we trust. It's not in the economy we trust. It's in God. It's not in our jobs. It's not in any of those things. It's literally God. Nobody else can be your source during this time except for God, except for Jehovah Jireh. And if you do not know Him as Jehovah Jireh, this is the time for you to really get to know who He is in your life. Because though the world is a very dark place right now, it's a lot of uncertainty. It can cause a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, a frustration, depression. When you know that God is your source, that He is your provider, it brings so much peace and so much joy. And I'm telling you, as I've been in this series on Jehovah Jireh, He is showing up like in so many different ways as who He said He is. And so today I wanted to talk to you guys about He will withhold no good thing. And where we're coming from today is Psalms 34 verse 10. It says, even strong young lions sometimes go hungry, but those who trust in the Lord will lack no good thing. And I was thinking about how when God removes things from our lives, this is a conversation I've had so often recently, and I've gone through it myself in this past year. I remember talking to one of my friends in like around April, and it felt like everything was being stripped out of my life. I didn't know this message was going this way before I started talking about this, but I felt like everything was being stripped out of my life, and I just was like in tears, like, God is taking everything from me. And I remember what she said so clearly, because it was a pivotal moment in my life. She was like, I know it seems like He's just taking everything, but sometimes, things have to be stripped away so that you can get to the foundation and the root of who God wants you to be, so that He can rebuild you, so that He will be your firm foundation and not any of those things that you relied on. And that is what marked my season of continual consecration and just getting on my face in the presence of God daily, and just fasting and praying. And I have not fasted every single day for like the last 7 months, or however long it's been since April, but I've done continual fasts where I just decrease so that He can increase, and I just spend more time with Him so that I can hear Him clearly. And when I tell you the way that He has shown up in such an intimate way of really walking with me through this season, we know that we are all going through fires, but while we're in the fire, He is there with us. And So I'm reminded in this moment how in that moment back then, when I thought he was just taking all these things from me, he withholds no good thing from us. So even if we think the thing that we had was a good thing, it does not mean that was the good thing that God wanted us to have, because he has something even better for us. And when we release and surrender what we were trying to hold on to, then God can show up in a better way and give us even better, because our heart posture has changed to be focused on him and not focused on the thing or the people or whatever it is that has gotten all of our attention. And so there's this song by Chandler Moore, and it's called What I Needed. That song has been ministering to me so much lately. Shout out to Chandler Moore, because a lot of the songs that he has ministered to me a lot lately. Lead Me On has been ministering, but that What I Needed song has definitely been one of those that, in my broken areas, when I felt like, God, you abandoned me, you didn't give me the thing that I wanted, but you gave me what I needed, and I didn't realize what I wanted was going to ultimately hurt me and take me further away from you. And I'm so happy that you removed those things from my life. So I'm so grateful for that. I will plug the song up here, or you guys can go look it up, because the last song I tried to put in here, they had like shut my whole video down. I can't just be posting other people's music, even when you put in no copy. This is not copyright infringement. I'm not trying to copyright the song. I'm just trying to share it with other people. Yeah, they shut my whole video down, and then I had to like go re-edit the video, take the song out, stuff. So I don't want that to happen no more. So I'm gonna just put the song up here for y'all to go check out, or I'll post it in the captions below, so y'all can go get the song. But yeah, so in understanding that you will lack no good thing, this is a time where a lot of people are stressed, worried, especially going into the holiday season, with the government still shut down, with millions of people who are on government assistance potentially not having government assistance, so not knowing where food is going to come from, not knowing where provision and finances are coming from. This is a time for the church to step up and really show that God is on the throne and that he provides for his people, and for us to step up and not be so focused on, what about me and my household? What can you do for somebody else who is less fortunate for you than you right now? I love what Pastor Jamal Bryant did. He told his church, instead of bringing their tithes, bring food donations for those who are going to go without food. Our church is doing huge things. We have this huge homecoming event this weekend. Just constantly pouring out to the community and giving back to the community, and calling people home to Jesus. And so in this time, as believers, millions of people are going to start coming to church because they can't rely on the government. So now they're looking for God to show up. But we have to be in the right place with our mindset and our heart that we're relying heavily on God to show up, because what's the mandate? We are blessed to be a blessing. You can't be a blessing to somebody if you don't even recognize that you're blessed. You may not have as much as you want. You may not be, living a luxurious life and stuff, but you have more than somebody else, and you can still be able to be a blessing. And as you bless other people, then God replenishes even more on the inside of you. This message is way going a different way than I thought it was going to be. So, okay, Jesus. But these are also things that I talk about in the book, Jehovah Jireh. When you understand that him being a provider is not about solely you and your household getting provision. It's about how he can utilize your life to impact other people's lives. You're supposed to be a conduit. It's supposed to flow through you. It's not supposed to stop at you. If you're a dam where you just block, you just hold all the blessings for yourself, God can't use you, and then that's why you don't see the blessings manifesting in your life, because you're selfish. So during this time, it is so important for us to say, Lord, I'm gonna trust you. So I'm gonna share a testimony with you guys. My daughter has this this deep concern and this care that if we run out of gas, we will be stranded and homeless. And so if the gas tank goes below the halfway mark, she's like, Mom, we need to get gas, and she will be freaking out. I don't know where she gets this from, because we've never run out of gas, but that is her concern. So a couple weeks ago, she was at children's church. They gave them these little prayer boxes that you can put your cares in. It was 1 Peter, was it 5-7? Yeah, cast your cares on the Lord, for he cares for you. And I got the Bible right here. Hold on, let me make sure I get it right. Yes, I was right. 1 Peter 5:7. Give all your worries and cares to God, for he cares about you. And my daughter is only 5. But she loves that little box so much. Like, if she has prayers and she's concerned about anything, she will pray and then speak it into the box, and then close the box, and then give it to God. And now she started writing this stuff down, because now that she's learning how to spell and read and all those stuff, she wants to write everything down. And she also wants to read everything everywhere we go. I love it. So she writes down all her stuff. So on Friday, I went to go fill up my gas tank, because the Lord had told me to go do something. And I was like, okay, well, let me go do what the Lord said to do. So I went to go fill up my gas tank, and my card got declined. And I was like, what the heck? And I tried it 3 times. And then I was like, let me check my account. There was an issue in my account. And my account had been overdrawn. And I was like, okay, this ain't gonna work, Jesus. So in the midst of that, I had to move some other money around. I did that. I was able to put gas in my car. But then I was like, okay, Lord, well, I don't know how you're gonna fix this issue with this account, but I'm gonna trust you. And I went on and did what he told me I needed to do that day. Sunday came. So that was Friday. Sunday came, and I was at church, and it was offering time, and the Lord was like, I need you to give. And I was like, give what, Jesus? Because we still ain't fixed this issue with the bank. And I'm telling you, I was like, he reminded me that I had $5 in cash in my purse, in my wallet. And I went into the wallet, and I was like, okay, so I put the $5 in cash there. Then he told me after church to go out and do Uber driving. And I was like, I don't normally drive on Sundays. And I was like, okay. So I went out driving, and my second ride, and I was going out driving because I was like, oh, well, we're going to invite people to homecoming at our church, and, so people get saved, so they can, know Jesus, have a great time. It's so much fun. So I'm talking to people, I'm giving cards out and stuff like that. My second ride was this guy. He was going to a wedding. He had put the location in, and so we're just driving, talking, having a good conversation, and the GPS took us to the wrong location. And he was like, I don't know where this is. He said, this is not what's coming up on my map. He said, if you could take me, and I already had another ride in queue, but he said, if you could just take me, it's like right down the street. He said, I have cash on me. I will just pay you the difference. And I was like, okay, no problem. So go to drop him off, and I went to hand him one of these homecoming cards. So I handed him the homecoming card. He handed me the cash to, for taking him and going out of my way, essentially, even though I was like, it wasn't your fault. The GPS sometimes sends people the wrong way. And when I tell you, when I looked at the cash, he had already gotten out the car. When I looked at the cash, he had handed me $100 bill. And I was like, my God, you are so good. We literally lack no good thing. And on top of that, in the app, he gave me a $5 tip in the app too. So not only did I get the $5 back that I had put in the offering that day, but then I got $100 cash so that I could make sure there was gas in the car. And then on top of that, then Monday came and I got the issue fixed with my bank and everything was worked out. And so now I'm back good. But all of this is because God is like, I'm here with you to this day. I provide for you what you need in this day. You focused on what's tomorrow and all these other days that you're not even in, and I'm saying I'm going to be with you in this day. Trust me in this day, and I got what you need this day. If I would not have been obedient to sow that seed, if I would not have obedient to go out and go driving when he told me to do that, none of that stuff would happen. But I was where I was supposed to be, and I was trusting and obeying him, even when it felt like it was tough. Like, I don't know how these situations are going to get fixed, but I know my God. And I know that I can trust him and he does not lie to me. And on top of that, my daughter, he's not going to fail her. And her faith is that we will always have enough gas in a car so that we will never be stranded and be homeless. And he's not going to fail her and be like, well, y'all not going to have no gas in the car. And so he's not going to do that. She has so much faith. And so I'm so grateful for her learning these faith lessons as she's walking out and learning to trust God, that she can talk to him and she can ask him to show up for her, and he shows up. Because I believe her faith produced that. I mean, our faith together, but most of her faith was like, we got to always have gas in this car. And I'm so grateful for that. So as I was saying, when we focus on what's coming tomorrow, next week, next year, and it starts to cause anxiety. But what the Lord showed me yesterday is that anxiety is rooted in abandonment, in the spirit of abandonment. Wherever that is linked in you, wherever you have been abandoned at, you still struggle with that. If you're struggling with anxiety, you're struggling with the ideal that God is going to forsake you. He's not going to show up for you tomorrow. And then depression is often rooted in rejection. So you've been rejected somewhere and you've been abandoned somewhere. And so now you battle with this depression in your life, and you feel like God won't show up for you because other people have rejected you or other people have abandoned you. So you have this sense of super independence or hyper independence, where you got to try to do it yourself. You got to try to make it happen and make sure that there's more than enough, because you have to be your own source. You have to be your own Jehovah Jireh in order to make sure that you don't go without. But when we go back to Psalms 34:10, no good thing withheld. Even if the lions go hungry, God is going to make sure that you have more than enough, that you and your family are provided for. And I love Hebrews 13:5. Specifically, my favorite part of it is in the Amplify, and it's when he says, I will not leave you without support. I'm gonna pull up the whole thing, okay, because somebody needs to hear this. Amplified. Let your character or moral disposition be free from the love of money. This is, do not make money your God. Do not make money an idol. That is when you love money. It does not say that money is the root of all evil. the love of money. Is it because money is just a resource that is used? It's just a tool. But when you make it an idol and you're chasing the almighty dollar, and you will do anything to get, you will work extra hours to get more money. You work in 2 and 3 and 4 jobs, and you still struggling because you're trying to get that is the love of money, and that is what is the root of all evil. Not the money, but you doing whatever for the money, because you have replaced the money as your God instead of God as your God. So let your character or moral disposition be free from love of money, including greed, avarice, lust, and cravings for earthly possessions, and be satisfied with your present circumstances and with what you have. So present is right here today, what you have today. Be content in what he has provided for you today, because you don't know what's coming tomorrow and what's in the past. But today he said that he will provide for you everything that you need today. Be content in that. For this is my part. For he, God himself, has said, I will not in any way fail you, nor give you up, nor leave you without support. You may not be getting child support. You may not be getting government support. You may not be getting, if you out of work, you ain't getting that support. But God, he himself has said he will not leave you without any support. We can stop right there and just thank you, Jesus. You don't leave us without support. You don't leave us. You don't leave us. Then he said, I will not in any degree leave you helpless, nor forsake, nor let you down. Relax my hold on you. Assuredly not. He's not letting you go. He's not going to let you down. If you struggle with anxiety or the issues with abandonment, depression, rejection, this scripture is paramount on you realizing that he's not gonna leave you. So you don't have to worry about rejection. You don't have to worry about abandonment. He's not gonna release his grip on you. He's got you in the palm of his hand. He's holding you, and he's holding you close to his heart because he loves you so much. He is here for you, and he wanted to make it so adamant. He had to say it over and over again. I'm telling, in my darkest hours, that scripture has gotten me through so many things of like, Lord, I just trust you because you said you will not, you will not, you will not. When I wasn't getting child support, I was like, you said you won't leave me without support. It doesn't matter what I don't get outside of you. I know if I have you, I have everything that I need, and you provide for all of my children. And I've never, and I can't even remember the last time I got child support, but my children have never gone without anything that they needed because God always provides for them. I do not work hard. I told y'all in season 1, like the key to the easy life, to the sweet life, I just don't be worried about stuff. I stopped worrying, and that's when my anxiety stopped, and my depression and all the frustration, all those things stopped, because I stopped worrying about, is this gonna work out for my good? Can I trust God to show up in this? And the answer is yes. You can always trust him to show up. He may not show up the way that you want him to show up, the way you think it's supposed to look in that moment, but he always shows up. He has a myriad of ways of getting you what you need. You just can't box him in. And so I'm so grateful for that. So I just want to share that with you guys today. I hope you have an amazing day. Don't stress what's going on in the world. I call you blessed. You are blessed to be a blessing. And you have to know that your Father loves you so much. He's always going to show up for you. So y'all have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.